Good morning, Northshore. It's May 4th, and it is a beautiful May morning. I will tell you, this is probably going to be our best, warmest weather week we've had all year. I'm really looking forward to seeing the flowers bloom after these April showers and just appreciating the promise of spring. And what better week would we have weather-wise than Teacher Appreciation Week? This is Teacher Appreciation Week by announcement of our governor as well as nationally. And I want to take this opportunity to thank all of our hardworking, dedicated, passionate, and committed teachers, particularly at this time. When we talked about pivoting to Goal 4 as a school district this fall, little did we know that the innovation, the creative problem solving, and critical thinking would come into play for absolutely everyone, every student, staff, and family in our district. And our teachers have risen to the challenges one after the other all year long. And just want to say a grateful thank you and how appreciative I am personally for all of the efforts of our teachers. And I know I've heard many, many kind comments from students and parents about just how hard everyone's working right now. So congratulations and thank you, teachers. And we're going to celebrate you all week. I know our PTAs have a lot of fun celebratory ideas, and just know how grateful we are and how much you're appreciated. More to come on that as well on Wednesday. Also want to share this morning that we have completed 112,358 meal preps since we began this journey. And it's really unbelievable, honestly, how hardworking our school lunch heroes are and the vast number of community members, students, parents, and other staff that took a minute to put a short video together to send to thank our food lunch heroes. They were really excited about that. I think particularly at times like this, just that kindness, that recognition, acknowledgement of gratefulness is so important for each of us. It's not just the large events or the large acts, it's those small acts of kindness and noticing things that maybe we weren't noticing before. And if that's an outcome of all of this, then perhaps it's an opportunity to slow down and take note and share an affirmation when good things are happening. The last thing I'd like to talk about this morning is graduation. As many of you know, we've been wrestling with how best to celebrate our seniors. This class of 2020 is an absolutely special class. I think for many, many years in the future, we'll remember the class of 2020, the sacrifices made by this year's seniors, as this senior spring has not been one that they would have looked forward to or that we would have looked forward to. So many opportunities, prom and senior breakfast, recognition assemblies, scholarship events, all of those rites of passage as a senior seem very different this year. And I want to acknowledge that and share that even in this time, while all of those events are requiring some adjustment, what isn't adjusted is how proud we are of each of our seniors and the sacrifices they've made, the supports their families have provided, and our staff in supporting them. To that end, we all listened Friday afternoon to our governor talk about the phased-in approach for reopening Washington State during this pandemic. It appears that the stay home, stay healthy, stay safe order will not be lifted till the end of May 31st. This is the phase 1, which goes into effect tomorrow through May 31st, which doesn't allow gatherings at all. The governor indicated there would be 3 weeks between phases. So May 31st, 3 weeks would be into the 3rd week of June before we'd move into phase 2. Phase 2 then allows gatherings of no more than 5 people. So as we looked at the likelihood that we'd be able to hold any type of traditional graduation on the dates announced previously in June, it doesn't seem plausible under the current governor's phased-in order. And we want to support that. We know the health and safety of all our community members, students, and staff is critical. That's first and foremost. So to that end, I want to announce this morning that we're going to do an and strategy, not an or strategy. So I want to really be clear about that. We're going to do and not or. By saying that, I'm going to share with you that we're going to do a virtual graduation event on the date and time that's currently printed on graduation announcements for each of our schools. And each school will be working on another way in which to celebrate our seniors, this amazing class of 2020, later in the summer, perhaps when it's safe and healthy to do so. We want to be respectful of the order the governor has provided and keep safety and health first and foremost. So again, we will be providing a virtual graduation, and we've had a group of senior student leaders, our high school principals, activity coordinators, senior class advisors, working to create what the parameters of a virtual graduation might look like. And they'll be meeting with vendors this week to pick a vendor that will be able to provide the best possible virtual experience for those dates and times. This is to make sure that we have the ability to confer diplomas and certification of diplomas from a district level for each of our seniors. And after that, we also have our high schools, our principals, our activity advisors, and our senior student leaders working on plans to safely celebrate our seniors in some other type of setting. And we're going to be sending out a letter later this morning to all seniors and their families with a link for you to share your ideas on what that and activity might look like. That would be safe and healthy. I've received a lot of ideas from families, students, and staff about different things that different communities around the country have done. So we're excited to look at those possibilities and want to make sure that we have something fun and celebratory as well to do, in addition to the formal virtual ceremony that will be provided on the dates and times previously announced. I know making the announcement can be difficult, but I think it's really important for us to be very clear about what we are able to do safely, and then be clear about a process for those things we hope to do safely in the future. And my hope is that this resilient, independent group of learners that we're going to celebrate as the class of 2020 will continue to understand the difficult decisions that we all need to make and continue to be creative in their problem solving about activities and events we might have in the future. So stay tuned for that communication if you're a senior or a parent of a senior or a family member of a senior. So at this point, we want to make sure that we can look forward to something specific and create something special as well. Having said that, I wish each of you a safe, healthy, and fabulous North Shore week, and I look forward to checking in with you Wednesday morning.